Hey folks, Mr. Dell here. We are looking at a problem where we are going to graph a line, interpret its slope triangle, and then rotate that slope triangle, then talk about the new line that we have and go from there. So this is coming from CPM's Integrated Math 1, and this is section 3.2.2, number 3-95. So it says graph the line y equals 3/4 x on graph paper. Remember, graphing lines, y equals mx plus b. If we are in that form, we know that m represents the slope, and b represents the y-intercept, right? So that's a reminder on those, what each of those, the coefficient of the x is the slope or the rate of change. The number that is being added to that variable expression is the y-intercept or the initial value. So let's graph this thing. So I'm going to start with my y-intercept, which we notice really this equation doesn't have a plus b. So it's really 0 is my y-intercept. So I'm going to start at, get it better there. We're going to start at y equals 0. And then our slope is 3/4, right? So slope, remember, m represents change of y over change in x. Those are delta y. These symbols are delta y, delta x, which means change in y over change in x. So my change in y is a positive 3. So I go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my next point, right? So it's up 3 over 4. And then I can do that again, up 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do another one there. I can also, I can go reverse with both, right? So if I go down 3, I'd go over to the left 4, right? I can still have that same slope triangle of change of y is 3, the change of x is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Once I have my enough points there, I can see what this line looks like. I'll connect my dots to create the line that is represented by that equation. Okay, so that is the line graph of y equals 3/4 x plus 0, really, or just 3/4 x. So it says rotate your slope triangle. So draw a slope triangle. We did. I'm going to use this as my slope triangle, right? That line of, there's the 3, the change of y is 3, the change of x is 4, and then there's the part of the line. So that's my slope triangle. It says to rotate your slope triangle 90 degrees around the origin to get a new slope triangle. So 90 degrees. I'm going to just assume we're going clockwise. If it doesn't say it, we're going to go clockwise. If it does say it, it would have to specify counterclockwise. So here's the origin. That means I'm going to put a little pin, if you will, right there in that origin and then spin this 90 degrees, right? So that means this line here is now over here because that's a 90-degree rotation, right? And then if I know that this point, right, is 3/4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, it would be right there, right? So this is my new, let me draw that line better. So that right there is that new slope triangle, where now my change of y is 4 and my change of x is 3. In fact, it's a -4/3. So the new slope for that slope triangle is -4/3, right? The slope of the change of y is -4, the change of x is 3. So it says to write the equation of a line that is perpendicular, right? Perpendicular, we know perpendicular slopes are negative reciprocals. Perpendicular slopes are opposite, we'll say opposite, which means if it's negative, it's positive, it's positive, it's negative, opposite reciprocals, right? So opposite reciprocals. Reciprocals, remember, just means you take the denominator and flip it with the numerator and vice versa. That's a reciprocal. So we know that the equation of this line would be y is equal to -4/3x. And that, in fact, is the equation of this line that I just created with my new slope triangle, right? That would be this line here would be that y equals -3/4 x is that line. Okay. All right. I hope that helps.